Hello ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to Collection Neo and StatueForum. Yes, it's me, Alex, and I am back again for another review for you guys. And today we're looking at a Tweeterhead piece. So this is my very first Tweeterhead piece. And I have to say right off the bat, I'm mightily impressed. Now if you don't know Tweeterhead, they've been around for a while, quite a few years now, knocking out 1.6 DC PCs, which is kind of like back in the day when everyone was collecting Boeings. What everyone really wanted Boeing to do is to do a line similar to the Marvel stuff, but DC. Encompassing all these characters and all the, do as much as Boeing did for the Marvel line. And obviously that never happened, and there's been rumours and people saying they were going to pick up the 1.6. People have tried. Obviously DC Direct, I think they renamed to DC Collectibles and now back to DC Direct. They've done some 1.6 pieces here and there, but nothing's really anchored in and continued to put out new pieces constantly. But Tweeterhead have. They started with way back, like I say, a few years ago, doing this Superpowers line, which is kind of like a Silver Age line, I'd say. This Batman that we're looking at today is actually the black variant. So the original version was the blue version, which is very Neil Adams style. And then they've also done like Superman. They did Joker. I think Joker and Harley Quinn were actually the first pieces. They even did Bud and Lou, the Hyenas. They've done Superman, Wonder Woman, Martian Manhunter, Starfire. I think they are actually expanding out to do more Teen Titans. They've done Robin, which I'm not a fan of. And they've also done various 1960s Batman TV show PCs. They've done Elvira, they've done RuPaul pieces, I think, and then they've also done like classic DC looking stuff. But the line that I'm most interested in is the Superpowers line. So like I say, the line's been going for a while, and obviously if you've been watching my channel, I flip-flop between quarter scale and 1.6, and more so than ever these days. But I really like a line. I like to see a line continue and progress. I hate, some pieces, like XM's Darkness, for instance. For me, that was just a one and done piece. There's nothing else to add for me. Whereas, Marvel, DC, Star Wars, you want a really good, consistent line, and 2 or 3 pieces a year, hopefully. And Tweeterhead are doing that, so I thought I'd jump in on this piece and see what's going on. Now it's limited to 250. This is the exclusive, which we'll go over the pieces in a moment. Like I say, there was a blue variant before, which also had an EX, same EX as this. There's no difference between this and the blue, apart from the colour. I think the logo on the chest, obviously, and I think there's some changes to the utility belt as well. So what we're going to do, guys, we're going to pause. Going to get in on that base, work his way up, go through the exclusive stuff, and see what we think. So here we go, guys. We're zoomed in a bit. We're just going to take a look at this base. So what Tweeterhead have gone for here is obviously a roof of a building with a gargoyle on, but just to drive that home that it's Batman, we've got a bat gargoyle. I like the bat gargoyle. It's fine, but I think it is a bit on the nose. I feel like a more traditional gargoyle. The Boeing Daredevil, the action pose one on the gargoyles, like one of my favourite pieces. And I think that's like a really, these guys who Moon Knight and Batman and Daredevil, these guys who hang around on rooftops, you've got to have a decent gargoyle piece. Now, as you can probably see here, my Batman isn't quite sitting flush, but that's not too big of a deal for me. He'll probably sit in over time. A lot of people freak out over pegs not sitting flush, but give it a few months, they usually sit flat, just from gravity, from the weight. But the base is actually really nice. I do love all the paints on this. Are super duper clean. Like I say, it's first Tweeterhead piece, so I wasn't sure. I know there's real fans out there, and people are, really going all in on the line, which I don't blame them. But as a first piece, I'm really impressed with how clean the lines are and the paints, and all this like oxidization of like bronze and these greens. really, really nicely done. Sculpt on the bat goggles actually really, really nice as well. Yeah, overall big thumbs up. Yeah, no problem whatsoever. It is the old knee up pose, which is which we'll get into, which Tweeterhead do for a few of their PCs, but it's a museum line. They're going for a museum style, and I prefer this over a round black base with a bat symbol on it or whatever. You know, this this base has got a bit of character about it, and they've done that with the rest of the statues as well. You know, Superman on the crystals from the fortress, Wonder Woman on columns. You know, so yeah, I do like a bit of a diorama base. It's all about that base, guys. So let's move up a bit and take a look at Batman. So it just moved up to the crotch of Batman, so you can see that utility belt, very classic style, knee up pose. You got this huge billowing cape. Again, it's not, the sculpt on the cape isn't super complicated, but it doesn't need to be. Just look at those, they're showing up on camera a lot. They are not seen much in, no, I can't see them, that's the light more than anything, guys. I was concerned then, but no, you can see it's more the light. But the cape, it's not super complicated sculpt, but that's the aesthetic of the line. It's simple, clean lines, going harking back to those old school comic books. But details are still there. You've got a lot of creasing in the trunks and seams on the pants. On the trousers, I'm British, people, come on. The boots are really well done, look very leathery, the gloves the same. A lot of colours in there, a lot of shading, just to give it that, I think it gives it that like, that bit of wear, which you'd expect from Batman. And we'll move up now, guys, to the head sculpt. So I gotta say, I do love this head sculpt. White eyes Batman, it doesn't get much better. And then you've just got this fist up pose, got this huge cape, as I said before. Seam on the head isn't too bad, you don't really notice it. I don't think they could have done it much better, unless they did something that, was sat into the neckline and the part of the cape came out, but I don't think that's terrible at all. It's very nicely done. So I'm going to show you the exclusive parts now. But be prepared for one of the most spectacular exclusives you have ever seen. So it's Batman, of course. So the first part of the exclusive is a switch out hand with a Batarang. Batarang looks okay. It looks a bit soft on the sculpt. I would have preferred something a bit more detailed on there. But again, I think it's the aesthetic they're going for. And then we also get a switch out head. So I'll take this head off. It's a good strong magnet. And we'll switch to this head. And obviously you can see that makes a real difference. So I'll give you guys 30 seconds to tell me what's different about the head. I'll even put the head back up there if you like. Let's take them both off. Ow, I got Bataranged. So here are the heads. More stubble, slightly different shape of face. Slightly different ears. That's the ears are like the main thing. There is some, I don't think there is any difference in the face. I think it's just literally paint. I don't think it's the greatest switch out head ever, is it? I mean, I know Batman's quite emotionless for the most part, but I think they could have done something similar to the Sideshow original Batman premium format. They did actually different arty styles of head, which would have been nice to see. I prefer the short ears, so that's what I've been displaying. Also, it just gives you that little bit more extra room to display. But yeah, not a great exclusive. So honestly, guys, if you can pick up the X, I think it's still in stock on the website. This guy's only $250, by the way, for a 1/6 piece. He's about, I think he's about 15 inches tall, which is great, really good. Unfortunately, shipping prices have gone up now if you order direct from Tweeterhead, but you can pick this up in the UK and Europe for about 250 quid. which is really, really nice for what you're getting. Like I say, the paint's great, the sculpt's great. If this is the aesthetic you're looking for, I know these days a lot of people are looking for hyper detailed, hyper dynamic stuff, but it hasn't always got to be like that. And also you get what you pay for. Now, of course, and entering the 1/6 fray for DC was XM Studios, which is great, and they've done a lot of nice stuff, but it's all based on Rebirth. So if you're not a fan of the Rebirth aesthetic, you know, which is come and gone very quickly, you know, XM isn't for you, and it's definitely not for me, especially at those prices. I mean, I understand the amount of work that's in them, and there's, you know, but it's still a 1/6 piece, and to get them over here, you're talking like 500, 600 quid, and I just can't drop that. This has probably cost me in total about less than 250 quid direct from Tweeterhead. They're doing payment plans as well now on Tweeterhead. The more recent pre-orders you've put up for this line, particularly, is Darkseid and Black Adam. They've also done a Shazam, so you can. I will pick up the Shazam and Black Adam, but they really need to sort out their shipping. It's $125 standard shipping to the UK, but the problem is if you put it on payment plan or do a deposit, you have to pay the shipping up front. So you've suddenly got a $175 bill for something that you want to pay off monthly. It doesn't quite work. Shipping needs to be at the end or divided down between the payments. I would order a lot more. So if anyone from Tweeterhead does see this video, that's what I'd love to happen. But overall impressions, apart from that really weird switch out EX head, the EX Batarang's nice enough. You know, it's kind of standard fare for a Batman statue nowadays. If you can pick up the regular, I wouldn't bat an eyelid, especially if you can pick it up under retail or about for retail, you know, without customs and shipping and things like that, especially if you can get it in the UK. But yeah, it's a really nice Batman. I'm looking forward to it. Now, the one I've got, I haven't even mentioned, I have pre-ordered and paid off, is Green Lantern. I think it's probably one of the best Green Lanterns that we've seen, especially in 1/6. I do like the Jim Lee Koto Bakia one, but this one's standing on like a huge clear resin gun turret and he's got like he's got the lantern in one hand, and then the exclusive, he's got like the bullets, the ribbon of bullets running from the ring to the bottom of the gun turret. It's really, really cool, really nice design, but still, like, it's got that museum aesthetic like Batman, but it's a bit more. It's like a semi-action pose, which I really dig. I think that's supposed to be coming out hopefully in the next few months. It'd be very nice to see. Obviously, going forward, I'd really like to see what they could do with Flash, and I could really like to see what they do with Nightwing, and maybe a more updated Robin. That Robin was not for me. I do not do big man legs and pixie boots, but hopefully something that hits my aesthetic. I mean, I know some people probably love that Robin because it's very classic, but not for me. It's really not for me. But yes, thoroughly recommend this piece. If you're looking for a 1/6 DC line to go head over heels in love with and get really stuck into, I'd say Tweeterhead's probably the one for me at the moment. So like I say, XM, too expensive, too big. You know, this is the sort of thing where I can put 2-3 of these together in a bestie. You know, split the bestie down, you know, 15 inches. And that's what I'm looking for my DC and Marvel at the moment. I just can't, you know, have everything in 1/4 or bigger. You know, most of the Prime 1/4 pieces aren't. 1/4 are the, you know, 30 plus inches. You know, it's not like having an 18-inch character. So, but yeah, guys, thoroughly recommended. First piece from Tweeterhead, big thumbs up. Very, very excited to get a Green Lantern. I'm definitely going to order Shazam, Black Adam, maybe Darkseid. I'm trying to pick up Superman and maybe Wonder Woman. I don't know yet. I kind of like XM's Wonder Woman, and maybe we can do a bit of mixing and matching, but we'll see how we go, guys. Alrighty, that's all for now. I've got plenty of reviews coming up. I've just got to sit and film them all. We've got a big boy from Prime 1 coming in, and an interesting situation to say the least. Okay guys, so thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.